We're back for Orange County Riptide baseball. Beautiful Wednesday here at the Great Park. My name is Andrew Elvis, joined alongside Dylan Luden. Dylan, last night was a tough game for the Riptide, losing 11-3 on the road in Pasadena.
Yeah, just the road struggles have really continued for the Riptide. They've been great here at the Great Park, but when they've gone on the road, not at the MLB Youth Academy, they have really struggled. In Pasadena, in Thousand Oaks, they haven't been able to get the job done on the road. And that has been really why the Riptide have kind of fallen lately in the standings. So luckily here, they're at the Great Park. So that's the good news, right? They play really well here at the Great Park. They know that they can pitch to their pitcher's park, and they know how to use it to their advantage. So look for them to do that here tonight since they're back here at the home at the Great Park.
That was an 11-3 loss. The offense, Dylan, it just wasn't there. How can they fix it tonight?
Yeah, it just seems like there's been multiple guys just kind of struggling as of late. I mean, that's what Connor Spencer wants as a head coach of the Riptide. He wants his guys to finish off the season strong. It seemed like the opposite was the way for last year for the Riptide, where they started off slow and they finished really strong. This year, the Riptide hitters have started off strong and they're kind of finishing a bit slow. Of course, not to mention there's been tons of injuries in the lineup and some departures as well. So we're gonna have to see some of these guys that haven't gotten a lot of playing time, or they're just getting now more playing time, step up here for the Riptide lineup.
Pitching for the Riptide tonight is Jack Bunnel. And Dylan, how can the Jack Bunnel and this Riptide pitching staff kind of settle down, especially after Becerra gave up 6 earned runs in an inning? How can they bounce back tonight?
Well, look, this is going to be Bunnell's first start of the year for the Riptide. He's been excellent out of the bullpen all season long. He's pitched in 9 innings. He's only allowed 3 walks and 3 hits the whole season while striking out in the double digits. So I think this is going to be a great option for Connor Spencer. I want to see how long he goes, because the longest outing he's been out of the bullpen was 3 innings. So I wonder if he's going to go 3 innings, maybe even 4. But Jack Bunnell's had a great season so far for the Riptide. And, just sticking to pitching here at the Great Park. They have had major success here pitching at the Great Park due to it being a really friendly pitcher's park. So just playing to that advantage and, making sure that you keep punching out guys too, because the Riptide are one of the league leaders in the strikeout department.
First pitch at 7 o'clock, Riptide looking for win number 5 on the Barons this year. See if they can do it. Good evening and welcome to the Orange County Great Park here for Orange County Riptide baseball on a beautiful Wednesday evening from Irvine, California. Sunny skies and perfect day for baseball here. Tonight it's the OC Riptide taking on the Academy Barons in a CCL South matchup that has a lot of playoff implications for the Riptide. Got to win tonight and stay on top of things in the CCL South. The Riptide coming to tonight with a record of 17-15 overall. They're 4th in the CCL South. Meanwhile, the Barons 13-19, 5th in the CCL South. So Battle of 4 and 5 teams here on tap at Irvine. Pitching for the Riptide tonight is Jack Bunnel, who will hopefully go out for his longest outing against the Barons tonight. The lineup for the Barons, presented by Northwood Pizza. Leading off, it is Anthony Bassett playing shortstop. In the 2 spot, Andrew Kirshner is playing first base. Dylan Lena, CCL All-Star, in the 3 spot playing second. Hitting fourth is Colin Taylor, who's playing third base. Batting fifth, Jacob Konofsky playing right field. Adam Arroyo in the DH spot hitting sixth. Efren Ortega hitting seventh, and catching Andy Cisneros hitting eighth and playing center. And rounding out the Barons side, it is Raymond Jenkins playing left. Meanwhile, for the Riptide, their lineup presented by Wild Rivers in the Wild Rivers press box. Leading off, Michael Diaz playing right. Patrick Hackworth hitting second, playing short tonight instead of second. In the 3 spot, it's Bren Wilkinson, who's hitting in the highest spot this year so far, catching for the Riptide. In the 4 spot, hitting cleanup, J.C. Allen, Saddleback's own, playing first. In the 5 spot, Rocco Gump playing third. Jack Hammond hitting sixth and playing left. Matt Flaherty batting seventh in the DH spot. Nate Stuyvesant hitting eighth in second base. And rounding out the Riptide side, it is Jackson Kemmer facing off against an OC native, Grant Ferris. Andrew Elvis alongside Dylan Luden with our producer, Colin Melcher. We appreciate you for tuning in and spending your Wednesday evening with us here in Irvine. Now Dylan, the Riptide, they lost 11-3. That was a butt-kicking in Pasadena. No way to say it easy. But how can they rebound here against a team that they've had pretty good success against this season?
Yeah, they just got to, go back to the way they've been playing really at the Great Park. Just kind of stay true to really who they are, which is racking up strikeouts on the mound and just driving in RBIs at the plate. That's really kind of been their game this year as a team. And they just have to, flush. I mean, I know it's pretty hard to flush a game like that, especially when you haven't really done much success on the road against the Saints. It's been kind of double-digit runs the last 2 outings for them on the road in Pasadena. So just got to flush it. Just kind of remember the success that you have had against the Barons this year and just try to go out and just replicate that.
First pitch of ball. Official start time, 7:05. And a ball there from Bunnel. Make it 2-0 on Anthony Bassett, who's making his 5th start for the Barons this season. Late addition to the team. 3 for 15 on the season. And he is 4 for 16 with a leadoff single out to left. That one got out of the infield in a hurry. The Barons start off the first strong.
Yeah, saw that pitch out of the hand of Bunnel really well. Line drive right over the head of that shortstop Hackworth. I thought that could have maybe been a double if that kept going into the gap, but good job by Kemmer cutting it off.
So runner at first with no outs. Here comes Andrew Kirshner, who has been one of the hot bats on this Barons lineup. In the midst of a 5-game hitting streak, hits in 9 of his past 10 games. Takes a first pitch ball low, 1-0.
Well, speaking about, how well he's been all year for the Barons, I mean, he was one of the 6 players on their roster that was named in the CCL Showcase game this season. And he was on that CCL South team playing under his manager, actually. Kenny Landreau, former World Series champion with the Dodgers, caught the final out back in '81. He managed the CCL South this year in the Showcase game.
1-1 to Andrew Kirshner. Riptide and the Barons had the same number of All-Stars, 6 each. Good mix of pitchers and hitters. Kirshner hitting .272 on a hot streak so far for the Academy. A ball low, 2-1 to Andrew Kirshner. For Jack Bunnel, he's from Irvine, went to Woodbridge High School. Last pitched for San Diego in 2023. This season for the Riptide, he's primarily been a bullpen arm. The 2-1. This one hit in the air out to center. Kemmer roams back a little bit under it, able to make the catch, and that's the first out here in the first.
Yeah, I wonder how Bunnell's doing right now in terms of just, his confidence. I mean, first 2 batters, they hit the ball fairly hard off him, but, Bunnell not afraid to let his defense do the work. He can get strikeouts when he needs to, and if he wants to as well, but he trusts his defense behind him.
Here's Dylan Lena, who's hotter than Kirchner. 6-game hitting streak for him. Hits in 8 of his past 10. He's been rolling in the late July days here for the Barons. First pitch to Lena. That one in there for strike 1.
Well, yeah, this is the Dylan Lena that both of you, or me and you, know from last season when he was named to that CCL showcase team. Well, he had displayed a lot of pop last year. That's why he was in the home run derby last year. But now we're kind of seeing it now towards the later stage of the season. 3 multi-hit games in that during his 6-game hitting streak, including 2 home runs.
He's got big hair, but also a big bat. He's been very consistent for the Barons these past 2 seasons. Ball outside, 1-1. Here's Bunnel's pitch, and that one goes away for a ball, 2-1. For Bunnel as well, he comes into tonight 2-1 record, a 2 ERA in 7 games, 9 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and 3 hits, along with 3 walks. He's been a very consistent bullpen arm. Breaking ball, swing and a miss on Lena, 2-2.
Yeah, Riptide have a few of those arms really in the bullpen this year where their ERA is really good. They have good strikeout numbers. They're, deciding to let Bunnel start this game here. Reward him with the great season that he's having.
Ground ball on the left side, diving stop from Gump. The throw to first in time to Allen. Highlight-worthy play there from Rocco Gump with a first-inning wedge gem for out number 2.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable play by Rocco Gump. He just sprung out of the air to dive towards his left. He somehow made the diving play. I thought, that would have gone in the outfield. But, Gump, this is why he was named to the Southland League All-Defensive Team as a third baseman this past season for Northwestern State. He can really play a great third base, and you just saw it there. And he also knew that he had no shot at second base. He looked at it for about a millisecond and then decided to throw to first.
Bassett advanced from first to second. So runner in scoring position here for the Barons. Here comes Colin Taylor. He takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Taylor has been kind of in a cold streak recently for the Barons, hitting 191. Started off fairly strong to start out the season, but has really cooled off. The 0-1. And he clubs it foul on the left side. It'll be 0-2 upcoming to Taylor.
Yeah, speaking of that, only 1 hit in his past 5 games. So he's really looking to right the ship here. I mean, he had a great season his freshman year at Los Angeles Valley College, not too far away from the MLB Youth Academy in Compton. He's also a great defender as well at the hot corner, so I'm sure he saw that play from Gump in the on-deck circle and wants to maybe one-up him when he goes into the field.
Bunnel had 0-2. 1 strike away from retiring the Barons side here in the first. Bunnel's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Jack Bunnel strikes out Colin Taylor to end the first. And the Riptide keep the Barons quiet after the first inning. We'll take a break and be back for the home half of the first with the Riptide due up. Welcome back to the Great Park. The Riptide and the Barons battling it out here on Wednesday night. Pitching for the Barons, it is Grant Ferris. Comes into tonight with a record of 0-3, 4.02 ERA. It's been a pretty decent pitcher for the Barons, and he fires on a first pitch ball to Diaz, 1-0.
Yeah, like Bunnel, or Bunnel, I should say. He's also been a reliever for most of the year. Ooh.
This one hits Diaz on his helmet. He's stepping out of the batter's box down for a moment, and here comes Connor Spencer. Fortunate that there was a protector on the helmet.
Yeah, it looked like it got his nose, though. I think it definitely got his nose, and that's what assistant coach Andrew Ramos is helping to aid him out here right now. Well, that's surely a wake-up call for the first batter of the game for the Riptide.
Yeah, you always got to be careful with those head injuries, and trainers out there having a word here with Diaz. For the Riptide, they have a jam-packed schedule coming up. Got 4 more games after this in 4 straight days. 2 against the Oaks, 1 against the Saints, and a final game here at the Great Park against the Barons. So play pretty much everybody in Southern California for the final stretch on the season. Diaz is now standing up. Seems to be okay. Always got to be careful, though.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right and they don't need to take him out of the game. It seems like he's just trying to work through it right now with his nose. I wonder if they're going to give him some sort of, cotton swab or bandage. There's multiple trainers down the field right now just checking him out, but hopefully he's able to stay in the game, because if he has to come out, that's a big-time loss for the Riptide, especially considering how many guys they've lost recently due to injury or just because they went back home, honestly.
Yeah, the Riptide right now without Cadena, without Ace Reese. Missing a few other guys, too. I think Jake Brown hasn't showed up.
Yeah, McIntyre as well. Also out with an injury.
This is not the time to be getting injured.
Yeah, right now, if you look at the Riptide's roster, there's only 5 hitters that are batting above 260, and 3 of them are not on the team anymore due to either injury or, going back. And one of those hitters is Michael Diaz. So, again, that would be a big loss if he does have to come out of this game, but I think he's going to try and stay in. Looks like they gave him something to put in his nose. I think he did. His nose was bleeding, but I think he's going to stay in this game.
Really good news for Riptide fans here, and big wake-up call to Michael Diaz to start off the first.
Yeah, I wonder what Patrick Hackworth, lefty on deck, is thinking about that after watching that first pitch just come up and hit Diaz in the head. I don't know if it's as a hitter like that, another lefty, I wonder if he's thinking about that hit by pitch, or if he's just just thinking about just trying to do damage on a pitch. And knowing Hackworth, I'm sure he's just really focused on just putting the ball in play.
So for Patrick Hackworth, this is a hitter who's on top of the league, hitting .369, hits in 10 of his past 11 games. He is scorching hot for the Riptide. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Had a few hits in his last game on the road. Takes a strike there. 1-1 to Patrick Hackworth. Excuse me, .364. He's been Mr. Consistent. Every time he's in, seems to get a base hit every game. A ball outside from Ferris, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, He's having an even better season than what he did last year, which was hit over 300. Said it now in both seasons.
Strike called 2-2.
Yeah. He also has 10 in his last 11 games. He's got a hit, at least one hit in 10 of them. So mildly impressive streak that Hackworth's been on.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Ferris delivers. This one misses high and tight for a ball. 3-2 upcoming to Hackworth.
Seems like Riptide lefties need to watch their lips. It just seems like that ball might be traveling up there. But Ferris, again, doing a good job working on Hackworth, but Hackworth doing an also amazing job staying into that bat.
Ferris's payoff, and Hackworth hits this one in the air softly out to left. Jenkins is under it. He makes the catch, and there's one gone here in the first. And here comes Omaha, the bat dog. 1 for 1. What a start, Dylan.
Yeah, she had an incredible night, actually, in our last home game. I don't think she missed a single bat, except maybe on the last one where she accidentally grabbed the ball off the mound. Just a little bit of confusion there, but other than that, fantastic. I think she's ready for the minor leagues.
So 1 gone, 1 Omaha, the bat dog retrieval. And here comes Brent Wilkinson to the plate. Wilkinson on a 3-game hitting streak right now for the Riptide. He's really looking to stay on top of things here at home. First pitch, high for ball 1 from Ferris. He's hitting over 204. Got a good amount of starts at the beginning of the season. Back pick over at first, and they're going to say balk. So on the throw over to first, Ferris went a little bit too much over, and that's a balk here with 1 out.
Yeah, it looks like the shortstop Bassett and the second baseman Lena are also coming over to talk to Diaz as well. They're probably asking about the hit by pitch because it looked like Bassett was pointing towards the little cotton swab that's in Michael Diaz's nose right now. He's only playing and able to breathe out of 1 nostril.
1-0. This one hit in the air out to center. That's going to bounce in for a base hit. A 1-out single from Brent Wilkinson. He's got himself a 4-game hitting streak, and the Riptide are threatening here in the first.
Yeah, I love that at-bat by Wilkinson. His first pitch he saw, drove it out to center field. I mean, that's what he's able to do, right? He's able to make contact early in the counts for base hits. And, you know, he was batting third today, which usually he's kind of batting around 6 holes, 7 holes. So he's getting a big opportunity here to do some major impact. And he didn't squander the opportunity so far. And now he's setting up probably the hottest hitter on the Riptide lineup right now in J.C. Allen.
Allen got himself a 3-game hitting streak. He's got hits in 4 of his past 5. And he has himself a big RBI chance. First pitch to Allen in there for strike 1.
Yeah, he's got 6 hits in his last 3 games. So, of course, during that span, averaging around 2 hits per game, which is incredible. It seems like just Allen, you know, I was talking to assistant coach Andrew Ramos about maybe Jeff Wilson and I, another one of the broadcasters. We were talking to Ramos, and Ramos said that Allen was kind of one of the guys that he saw his confidence grow a lot as the season progressed. Just because Allen, you know, he took a few weeks off after Saddleback's state championship run. Hadn't seen pitching during that time, and he kind of came back cold and struggled a little bit, but he's getting back to the hitter that a lot of Saddleback fans and Irvine High School fans know, of course. You know, guy who can deliver when there's runners on base. He's top 10 in all-time records for Saddleback in terms of a single RBIs in a season.
Ball high to Allen, 2-1. I also talked to Coach Spencer, and he's doesn't strike out many times, and that early stretch in the early portion of the season, a lot of those balls just hard hit over to fielders. And this will be a balk. So back-to-back balks from Grant Ferris brings in the first run, Michael Diaz. And it's 1-0 Riptide here in the first after a miscue from Ferris.
Oh, Ken Landreau, the manager for the Barons, is out there. He wants an explanation on why there's been 2 balks called on his pitcher. Seems like Ferentz wants an explanation too. He doesn't think he's doing anything wrong on the mound. And I can't really see from up here what he's particularly doing. I think it's not really a matter of his leg going to first base. I think he's not really coming set. I think that's the main issue that Ferris is having. Because what I'm watching on these pickoffs is not, his foot kind of drifting towards home on the pickoffs. Is more about not coming set before he delivers to first base.
Yeah, and those throws over to first kind of look like he's side-arming it almost. I mean, it's a weird delivery over there. 2-1 high to Allen. And just go against the Barons here. Tough stretch for them to start. 3-1 to J.C. Allen, Saddleback zone. Wilkinson at second. He's running. And Allen fouls it off on the right side. 3-2, full count. Wilkinson on his way over to third may have slipped. He's down on the ground and talking with Connor Spencer here. Hopefully he's okay, and looks like he may have just tripped himself up a little bit on the third base side.
Yeah, honestly, looks like from here that bag is brand new. That thing is pearly white too. That could have been another issue that might have slipped in the bag potentially. Not so sure what happened.
Ferris is 3-2. High ball 4. A 1-out walk for J.C. Allen. And the Riptide continue to threaten here in the first.
Yeah, going back to Wilkinson trying to go steal third. Yeah, he was in between a slide and standing up on third base. And, yeah, he did slip on that base. And that was the issue. But now, again, runners on first and second. For a guy who's looking to break out in a big way.
Here comes Rocco Gump. He's a player who, since the All-Star break, has had a tough time. He's looking to turn it around here at home. Takes the first pitch strike, going 1.
Yeah, one hit, I should say, in his last 8 games. He's one of the more consistent hitters for the Riptide, during that first part of the season. But right now he's in a little bit of a cold stretch, but, I mean, he did make that fantastic diving play over there at third base. So I feel like, when you make a play like that over there at third, kind of can rejuvenate you a little bit.
Hitting .235 after first portion of the season where he was into the 300s. And this one hit him. So the bases continue to come here for the Riptide. Bases loaded with 1 out here in the first, and here comes Jack Hammond, who is another hot hitter for the Riptide. Could be trouble for the Barons. Second hit by pitch of the inning, and here comes Barons infield having a word here with Grant Ferris.
Yeah, there's no one warming up right now in the Barons bullpen in this bottom of the first inning. So they're relying on Ferris to get out of a jam here. He's got 1 out, so all he really needs is to roll up a double play ball and get out of this inning unscathed, or, only allowing 1 run.
Jack Hammond coming up. Another player that's on a hitting streak, 3-game hitting streak for him. Hits in 7 of his past 9 games. He's also a player who kind of started out slow, but he's really returning into that Arroyo Seco Saints All-Star form last season. Looking to come through here big for the Riptide in the first. It's Gump at first, Allen at second, and Wilkinson at third. Ferris in some trouble. Riptide up 1. The first pitch misses low for ball 1. Hammond hitting .230 for the Tide. Had a hit in last night's game along with an RBI. RBI single back in the third for the Riptide. A foul off, and it's 1-1 to Hammond.
Yeah, I'm thinking Hammond, this is a situation that he wants to be in right now. Of course, the bases are loaded, but he's facing a left-handed pitcher who's got that big 12-6 curveball. That Hammond, his kind of swing just goes into that path of where that pitch is going to end up. Hammond likes to create a lot of loft on his swings. And now it looks like we might have another player injured. Oh my, this might be the third injury break we've had in the first inning.
So that foul off from Hammond may have gotten a piece of Ortega's leg, and he's shaking up a little bit. Having a word here with Ken Landreau. Looks to be okay, and he is.
Yeah. Stark contrast for what happened in the last Riptide home game, which honestly might have been the quickest game in Riptide history if it was just played in 9 innings. Of course, we played a 10th inning, which ended at around 9:40. But if we played a full 9 innings and didn't have to go to extra innings, that game would have been around 2 hours.
No pitch clock, too. That makes it even more impressive. Bases loaded with 1 out. The 2-1 skips low and inside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Hammond. Riptide against Arroyo Seco last night, down 8-1 in the second inning. They're looking to put up a crooked number here against the Barons early. A 3-1 pitch. Swing fouled off on the right side, right to the Barons bullpen. To the Barons dugout, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It looked like that curveball from Ferris was right in Hammond's wheelhouse, and kind of second guessing swinging on that one. In all honesty, with the hitting the last pitcher and walking the other one, it had to be right in his sweet zone.
Ferris's payoff, high ball 4. Run number 2 comes in. That's Wilkinson. Bases will stay loaded here for Matt Flaherty coming up.
Yeah, upstairs fastball, easy take for Hammond, and he gets a free RBI out of it.
So bases still loaded, and here comes Matt Flaherty to the dish. Flaherty hitting 146 for the Riptide. First pitch skips low, 4 ball, gets away from Ortega.
Yeah, this is his first start since July 10th. I know he's been dealing with some arm issues. He hasn't really had the summer that I know Matt's been wanting to have, unfortunately, because of that injury. But he's DHing today and looking to do some damage early on.
Flaherty rips one on the right side, gets through for a base hit. Allen comes in to score. Here comes Gump. He will score from second to third. There's Hammond. A 2-run single out to right for Matt Flaherty. And the Riptide are up 4-0 here in the first.
And do damage, he did. That's exactly what he got there on that inside breaking ball. He stayed on it and just ripped it past the glove of the first baseman, Kirchner. That was a changeup that just fell right into the sweet spot of Flaherty, down the middle of the plate. And good hitters like that do not miss hanging off sweet pitches.
So the hits continue here for the Riptide. Hit number 2 for Matt Flaherty. Here's Nate Stuyvesant, who swings and misses at a breaking ball from Ferris. 0-1. Stuyvesant has had a tough season with the Riptide. He's 1 for 26, but he is a good defender. And that's why he's playing second tonight. Strike swinging there, and it's 0-2. Ferris ahead 0-2, trying to get out number 2 on Stuyvesant. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Runner's going. The throw is in time, but not before another run comes in. That is Hammond. So Hammond scores. Flaherty gets gunned out by Ortega. And there are 2 gone. Bases clear. 5-0 Riptide.
In all honesty, I wonder if that was a design play by Connor Spencer, just because of the Riptide offense has been a bit sluggish this last week and a half or so, and they just kind of get any runs that they can. And with 1 gone, I think they told the runner on third in Hammond that if Flaherty goes, you go too.
Ferris misses outside on a way 4 ball, 2-2.
especially if they do throw down in second.
That's a good point. I mean, this Riptide offense, they need runs. You'll take the out for a run. Stuyvesant pops it up, shallow infield on the right side. Dylan Lena under it, makes the catch, and that's the third out here in the first. So a big first inning for the Riptide. 5 runs capped off by a 2-run single out to right by Matt Flaherty. And the Riptide are up big. We will take a break and head to the second with 5, 6, 7 due up for the Barons. Stay with us. More action in a moment here from the Great Park. Here in the second inning, the Riptide and the Barons in a big game here for the Riptide. OC up 5-0. Klonowski, Arroyo, and Ortega to face Jack Bunnel for the second inning. First pitch to Klonowski, and that's a leadoff single. Back-to-back innings with leadoff singles for the Barons here in the second.
Yeah, the first leadoff single for the Barons really didn't come back to hurt the Riptide in the first inning. Bunnel was able to work himself out of it, retiring the next 3, so he hopes to do more of the same.
So with the runner at first and no outs, Adam Arroyo will come up. Arroyo has been the primary catcher here for the Barons. First pitch rifled in there for a strike from Bunnel. 0-1. Arroyo hitting .245 this season for the Riptide. Throw over to first. Pickoff comes up short on Klonowski. .245 batting average for Arroyo. 1 double, 1 triple, 4 home runs. Has a lot of power. 13 RBIs as well. The 0-1. Cracked foul, and it's 0-2 coming up.
Yeah, Arroyo has some big-time power this year. Hasn't played in a lot of games for the Barons, but he has 4. That's up there in the CCL leaders.
Another throw over to first. Comes up short on Klonowski. In his first 7 games with the Barons, he started off with a 7-game hitting streak. Red hot start. That one skips low, big stop from Wilkinson. 1-2 on Arroyo. Started out his Barons summer. Hits in 8 of his first 9, but since then he's been cold. He's gotten a hit in 1 of 5 games. The last game's for Arroyo. That pitch from Bunnel misses for a ball. It's 2-2. A 2-2. And Arroyo gets a piece of it, stays alive. Another 2-2 pitch coming up here from Bunnel.
It seemed like he swung over the top on that pitch right there from Bunnel. If I was him, I would maybe try to drop curveball kind of in lower and see if he swings over it.
Another 2-2 from Bunnel. Sails high. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Adam Arroyo. Barons trying to get some runs back after Riptide put up a 5 spot back in the first. They're a team that always battles, always fights. Well-coached group under Ken Landreau. Bunnel's payoff. Misses outside on away, ball 4. And Arroyo's on base. The Barons have first and second with no outs for Efren Ortega coming up.
Now batting for 16, your beer batter, Efren Ortega.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Bunnell's going to try to get a double play here. He's going to try to work himself out of this one. Like we mentioned before, he isn't afraid to let his defense do the work. He trusts the defense behind him. I think this is going to be more of the same.
Here's Efren Ortega taking a first pitch strike. He's tonight's beer batter, so the rules is if he strikes out here, $1 off. Alcoholic beverages, 2 strikeouts, $2 off, and 3 strikeouts, $3 off. Riptide fans going to be getting loud here for Bunnel. The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1.
On second thought, maybe double play wouldn't be the best option here for some of the fans. I'm sure they're really wanting that strikeout right now.
Klonowski at second, Arroyo at first. Bunnel trying to get a big K. Chopper on the left side. Hackworth charges, throws the first. Allen in time for the first out. The runners advance in the meantime. And the Barons have 2 runners in scoring position for Andy Cisneros.
Very interesting there. I thought Hackworth could have gotten the out on Arroyo at second. Arroyo, catcher, not very fleet of foot. But, of course, Hackworth would have had to really twist his body and make a throw that, we've seen a couple times in the season the Riptide have tried to make, and it's gone away from whoever's covering second base. So Hackworth just decided to play it safe and get that out at first. But, they really got to focus now on Cisneros. Runners on second and third, so no forced play. So hopefully they can try to get a punch out, maybe a short, shallow fly out as well.
Cisneros hits a high chopper over to third. Gump can't make a jumping catch. Coming in to score, that's Klonowski. It'll be a 1-out RBI single over the top of Gump. And the Barons strike 1 here in the second. 5-1, Riptide on top.
Yeah, that was a hard one to read for Gump because, initially, that's looking like a chopper. You got to come in and charge on those, but that ball took a huge hop off the grass, and Gump almost got all the way back to try and snag that one. I mean, he is a tall third baseman over there, 6'3". He used every length of his frame to try to get that ball, but unfortunately just was too high for him.
Runners at the corners with 1 out. Here comes Raymond Jenkins, who starts out swinging for the fences, comes up empty there. 0-1. Hitting 133, 6 for 45 this season for the Barons. Been a pretty good defender, though, for Kenny Landreau. Ball outside, 1-1. He's only played against the Riptide once this season. Foul off on the left side, 0-2. He went 0 for 4 in that game. 8-6 win for the Riptide. in Compton. Throw over to first, looking to get Cisneros. Comes up empty though. Jenkins behind here on Jack Bunnel. The 1-2. Little tapper on the right side gets to Cisneros. That will be an out, but in comes Arroyo. Or excuse me, Arroyo will have to go back. So Cisneros is out, and there are 2 gone. So run doesn't come in, and it's 5-1 still.
Seems like luck is on the Riptide side tonight, because that for sure would have been another RBI single for the Barons. So fortunate enough that that was going to be a base hit by Raymond Jenkins hit Cisneros. So you don't see that every day.
Certainly not. Top of the order returns Anthony Bassett. Runners going. That is Jenkins. He's got himself a stolen base. 2 runners in scoring position now here for the Barons. Anthony Bassett 1 for 1 with a leadoff single back in the first. Takes the ball there, and it is 1-1.
Well, at least now with, their runners on second and third, Bunnel is in that situation, of course, just a few batters ago with only 1 out. You don't really have to worry too much. Just think about focusing on the hitter here, just trying to get that last out.
Blooper out towards Stuyvesant, and he makes an incredible grab. Oh my goodness. Nate Stuyvesant, what a play to get the 3rd out here in the 2nd.
Flashback to his wide receiver days at Redondo Union, not too far away. That looked like he just laid out for a touchdown in the end zone.
Phenomenal way to end it if you're a Riptide fan. An impressive diving catch from Stuyvesant to end the Barons' 2nd. We will take a break and head to the home half of the 2nd with the Riptide up 4. Back here for the 2nd inning, the OC Riptide against the Academy Barons in Irvine, California. 9-1-2 due up for OC. Kemmerer, Diaz, and Hackworth. First pitch misses for a ball from Ferris. Ferris, a tough first inning. Gave up 5 runs. Most notably a 2-run single for Matt Flaherty. Really struggled with command. Strike there, and it's 1-1. Here is Jackson Kemmerer hitting 104 on the season. Swinging a miss outside, 1-2. He's really struggled with the strikeouts. Ferris is 1-2, floats outside and away for a ball, 2-2. A
See that curveball kind of slipping away from Ferris. That curveball faded away from the righty, and Kemmerer just needs to get on top of that curveball a bit more.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout on Jackson Kemmerer. Ferris's first of the night, and there's one gone here in the second.
Yeah, it seemed like that was a changeup, and it seemed like that one he did get on top of. Nice fading action out of the hand of Ferris. It's hard to do anything with when that changeup is kind of fading away from you.
So with one out, bases clear, here comes Michael Diaz. Diaz a hit by pitch back in the second pitch of the game. Hit him in his nose. He takes the first pitch, strike down Broadway. 0-1 on Diaz. Diaz this season hitting .261, but he has been a big power threat. Ball that skips outside and away. 1-1. Dylan, it seems like every game Diaz is bound to get an extra base hit.
Yeah, he's slugging .402 this year. I mean, I know this number has come down a little bit just because he's not hit as well in the last few games, but yeah, his OPS was mostly in the 800s or even higher for most of the season. But, you know, besides that, too, he also provides value with his speed as well as his fantastic defense in outfield.
2 balls and 1 strike here on Michael Diaz. Here's Ferris's pitch. That one misses outside and away. 3-1 on the Phoenix, Arizona native. Diaz ahead here, 3-1, trying to get on base in back-to-back innings. That'll have to wait as Ferris fires in a strike, and it's 3-2. Ferris's payoff and a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Grant Ferris, and they're 2 away here in the second.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch there by Ferris. Again, really hard to do anything with when that pitch kind of tails in on you this time. It was tailing away from the right-handers, and it tails into lefties. As a left-handed pitcher, when you're doing that, it's hard to really, you know, do anything with as a hitter because as a lefty, you're not really seeing that action a whole lot.
Patrick Hackworth comes up for the second time in as many innings. Flew out to left back in the opening inning. First pitch rifled in there from Ferris. It's 0-1. Hackworth from Irvine. Went to the same high school as J.C. Allen, Irvine High School. Ball outside and away, 1-1. Dylan, there's a lot of high school connections on this team. You got Cypress, Santa Margarita, and Irvine.
Yeah, you know, why not? I mean, Riptide's an opportunity for a lot of these guys to kind of, you know, come together. And, you know, I know they all went their separate ways in college, and, you know, they can come back and play here in front of their families.
1-1 now here on Hackworth. Excuse me, 2-1. That one misses. 3 balls and 1 strike on Patrick Hackworth now.
It seemed like Ferris was in control, especially when he dropped in that first pitch curveball. It seemed like he kind of found control of his pitches, but, you know, right now he's kind of losing it here in this at-bat against Hackworth.
So Hackworth ahead of Ferris here. He's trying to keep the Riptide alive here in the second. This one skips low, ball 4. That's a 2-out walk from Patrick Hackworth and Riptide. Not done yet here in the second.
Patrick Hackworth doing what he does best, which is get on base and provide opportunities for the rest of the Riptide batters. I think in this game, you know, 463 on base percentage, just some wicked numbers. He flew out in that first set up, but getting on base, that's kind of more reminiscent of what his game is.
man on a mission for the Riptide. Definitely one of the top, if not top players. Here he goes. And Wilkinson flares this out to right. Konofsky comes in and makes a diving catch to end the inning. What a play there. We're having a defensive showdown here at the Great Park. Highlights every half inning, it feels like. Konofsky makes an incredible catch for the third out. We will head to the third inning with the Riptide at 5-1. We're here in the third inning. Andrew Rose alongside Dylan Ludwin with our producer Colin Melcher. 2, 3, 4 heart of the order coming up for the Academy Barons. Kirchner, Lena, and Taylor to face Jack Bunnel once again. Kirchner 0 for 1 of the fly out to center. And Bunnel rifles in there. First pitch strike. The 0-1. And Kirchner gets a piece of it, fouled into the glove of Wilkinson. 0-2. Barons had action in the second inning, able to bring in one run. They're looking to get more, but just came up short. Going to try and follow suit here in the third. The 0-2. Swinging and a miss. Second strikeout of the night for Jack Bunnel. He blows it by Andrew Kirchner, and there's one gone here in the third.
Yeah, that was beautiful action on that changeup there from Jack Bunnell. That thing just dropped off the table. Kirchner had no chance, and that's how you get that first out of the inning. Beautiful strikeout.
Here comes Dylan Lena, who scoots away from that one, misses for a ball inside, 1-0. Grounded out to third back in the first. 1-0. Hot shot over to third. Gump is there. Throw to first in time to Allen. And there's two gone here in the third.
Well, Gump's having himself a night at third base. I mean, that ball was smoked by Lena, of course. You know, knowing how strong he is, he can just put up just a normal swing on it, and he can absolutely rip it. And Gump decided to play it safe. He got down on one knee, fielded it right in front of him, and didn't let that ball come up on him at all.
So 2 quick outs, and here comes Colin Taylor. 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the opening inning. He's from Lake Balboa, which is near the MLB Youth Academy in Compton. Playing for his hometown team. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one. Dylan, it seems that Bunnel is having himself a day with those strike swingings.
Yeah, I mean, he's registered 2 strikeouts so far, kind of playing into what his, season numbers are in terms of, that department. But honestly, it's been a very solid outing for him. I know he's had to navigate, with a few runners on base, but, knowing that 3 innings has been his longest outing so far this year, I wonder if he's really going to go out for 4th. They had someone kind of stretching, but not anymore. It seems like this 3rd inning has been decisive for Connor Spencer. He's done a really good job at making a case for going another inning.
1-0 ahead, 0-2. Here's his pitch. Just misses the zone there. It's 1-2 to Taylor.
It seems like he has a lot of friends and family in attendance tonight because, of course, this is his first start of the season, and, of course, being an Irvine native, I'm sure he told everyone around to come and watch him pitch, and he's doing a really good job right now.
1-2. This one popped up into the outfield. Center fielder Kemmerer waving everybody off. He's under it. He makes the catch, and that's the 3rd out here in the 3rd inning. So Jack Bunnel retires the side in order. 1, 2, 3 go down. Jack Bunnel and the Riptide continue to stay hot here at the Great Park. We'll take a break and head to the home half of the 3rd with the Riptide still up 4. Pixie offers a simple and easy booking for mobile car wash. Don't wait in the car wash line and save your time by downloading Pixie. For the Riptide, Allen, Gump, and Hammond do up. First pitch, hard foul off from Allen, 0-1. Back in the 1st inning, he drew a walk. Looking to get on base for the 2nd time. Ferris still out there for the Barons, and he rifles in a strike. It's 0-2 to Allen. And that one just misses for a ball. Ortega wanted the strikeout. He was ready to throw to 3rd. He's got to wait.
Yeah, nice changeup there from Ferris. Unfortunately, didn't get Allen biting. Allen's seen Ferris a couple times, of course, both of them SoCal JUCO products.
That misses away, 2-2. So the Irvine native J.C. Allen. Irvine High School, he played baseball and water polo. It's a very uncommon combination. The 2-2 flared, foul on the right side, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, notice how he, fouled the one off to the right side. Allen isn't afraid to hit the ball the opposite way. He isn't a pull-happy guy like a lot of power hitters are. He can spray it really all over the yard. He likes to go line to line, really. But isn't afraid also to kind of power in the gaps. And he had double-digit home runs this year for Saddleback. He's an excellent all-around hitter.
It's heating up as well. This is the exact time that you need a hitter like Allen to get hot. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. J.C. Allen gets rung up for the first out. Strikeout number 3 now for Ferris, and there's one gone.
Yeah, Allen didn't really agree with that call. I can see why he was thinking that would be a ball just because that ball was pretty inside on him. And I think if he got his hands in, I don't think he would have had a chance to really do any damage with that pitch. That would have jammed him. So I think that he was thinking that was a bit too inside for his liking.
So one out here in the third. Here comes Rocco Gump, who is hit by a pitch back in the first. First pitch, that one skips away. Outside for a ball. 1-0. Another dual sport athlete, Rocco Gump, baseball and golf. For a golf player especially, get a big swing, get a strong swing, and that has definitely transitioned into baseball.
Yeah, honestly, that's also another unusual combination just because of, the old saying that the golf swing is going to screw up your baseball swing. But, obviously it doesn't phase Rocco Gump at all. He can distinct between the two. But I know I've heard that from time to time of people, sometimes their swings get messed up. But a lot of guys golf in the offseason. They don't really care. It doesn't have a lot of effect on a lot of hitters. But there's a saying about that.
Rin one. That one misses upstairs. Ball 4. And Gump has himself one-on-one on base for the second time tonight.
Yeah, Gump isn't probably, he's not logging probably the base hits that he's really seeking right now, but, when you've been on base and both of your at-bats so far today, you're going to take it every single time, no matter what the outcome is. Hit by pitch and a walk so far for Gump. He's having a great night.
Yet to be retired. Here comes Jack Hammond, who fouls one off hard. It's 0-1. Hammond with the Arroyo Seco Saints last season. Played his former team last night at Pasadena, right across the street from the Rose Bowl. Got a RBI hit, so staying strong against his former team. He's another player who's heating up. Threw a walk back in the first. 1-1 on him here. Last year he hit 288 with the Saints in 15 games. The 1-1 fouled off, and it's 1-2.
I wonder if Ferris is going to work lower on Hammond. Seems like Hammond kind of favors the round belt high or lower pitches. I wonder if Ferris is going to try to go lower in the dirt.
This one gets away from Ortega. That'll be a free base to Rocco Gump, and the Riptide have another runner in scoring position for the second inning.
Well, he did go lower, and he did throw it in the dirt, but unfortunately that was too far inside for Hammond to take a swing at, and too much spin for the catcher Ortega to handle. And we really want that curveball to kind of finish right at the middle of the plate if you're going to try to bury in the dirt. But unfortunately, he overthrew that one.
2-2 even between Hammond and Ferris here in the third. This is low and away. Full count coming up to Hammond. Hammond, just like Gump, trying to get on base for the second time tonight. A lot of base runners to start off. This is a good sign if you're a Riptide fan.
Yeah, 8 base runners in total so far in between hits, walks, and hit by pitches. Of course, 5 runs are on the board for the Riptide as well.
Ferris's payoff, and this one hammered up the middle by Jack Hammond. From third, Rocco Gump will stay, and the Riptide have runners at their corners with one out for Matt Flaherty. And there goes Omaha, the Bat Dog, starting off the night scorching hot. Has not missed a bat tonight.
Yeah, it seems like she's becoming a fan favorite quickly. It seems like a lot of people know who she is, which is always great to see through maybe social medias, maybe through coming through games, but she's gaining popularity quick. But Going back to that Hammond single, yeah, Gump wasn't able to score because he had to freeze. But that ball hit straight at him, making sure that the shortstop Bassett wasn't right behind him to catch it.
Flaherty tonight, 1 for 1. He had himself a 2-run single back in the first. He's got another RBI opportunity 2 innings later. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. 105 Santa Margarita Eagles on this OC Riptide roster. The 0-1 takes the ball high, 1-1. Santa Margarita won the 2019 CIF title at Dodger Stadium. So CIF champion and playing at Utah this year. Runner going, and the throw is late. That'll be a stolen base for Hammond, or excuse me, called out at the very last second. So 2 gone now here in the third.
Yeah, that's because that throw from Efren Ortega, there was no room for error, and that was perfectly on the money. That took a bounce. Shortstop Bassett snagged the throw off the bounce right at Hammond's chest. He did not have to move the glove whatsoever. And that's the throws that you love to see from your catcher behind home plate, just absolutely dotting it to your shortstop.
Fouled away, it stays 1-2. Hammond definitely beat out the throw, but the tag applied right in time. Flaherty trying to stay hot. 1-2. He's behind on Grant Ferris. Gump at third. High chopper over on the right side. Dylan Lena gloves, throws to first, a strike to Andrew Kirchner. And that's the final out here in the third inning. The Riptide had base runners they were threatening, but they leave Gump stranded to end the third. We'll take a break and head to the fourth with the Barons still trailing 4. We've made it to the fourth inning between the Barons and the Riptide. 5, 6, 7, Klonowski, Arroyo, and Ortega due up to face Jack Bunnel, who retired the side in order back in the third. The theme tonight here at the Great Park, Christmas in July. Got 2 more home games after this. If you haven't been to a Riptide game yet, make sure you come on out and support them in person. Time running out here in the summer. Strike swinging on Klonowski, it's 0-1. Klonowski himself, 1 for 1, a leadoff single back in the second. Strike rifled in there from Bunnel with 0-2. Bunnel looking for strikeout number 3. Ahead 0-2. Bunnel's 0-2. That skips low 1-2 to Jacob Klonowski. For Klonowski, this is his second season with the Barons, one of 10 returners from last season or 2 seasons ago. That one misses down low again, 2-2 on Klonowski.
Yeah, 10 returners is an insane number for any CCL team. I mean, the Riptide had 4. We haven't really seen much, other than 4. It's usually maybe 2, maybe 1, 3, but 10 is just an insane number. Oh!
Klonowski's foul ball went right to the head of Pear Tree Meats. What a play, I mean. Great food over there and a great catch from the head of Pear Tree Meats.
Yeah, that ball was smoked, just like Pear Tree Meats. Find it in Irvine, California, where there's always happy eats with Pear Tree Meats. Well, look at that. Now you just saw him snag a foul ball. I would go buy that dude's meat now. I mean, why not?
Strike 3 called on Jacob Klonowski, and there's out number 1. Here in the 4th. Third strikeout from Jack Bunnel.
Now batting number 4, Adam Arroyo.
So 1 gone, here comes Adam Arroyo. This one ripped right to Gump, and he makes another incredible grab. Have yourself a night, Rocco Gump.
What's up with everyone playing great defense today? This is insane. I mean, it's not even just the players. It's the people running concessions, too, that are making catches. It's unbelievable what I'm seeing, Andrew. If you're a fan that loves great defense, this is the night for you. I know there's been some tough nights batting-wise, but hey, when you're making plays like this, it's hard not to be entertained.
Efren Ortega up 0 for 1 with a ground out. Ball high there, 1-0. And we've seen highlight plays from Rocco Gump, a line out right to him. Diving play over at third. Back in the first, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 on Ortega. Klonowski as well made an impressive grab, diving to end the third for the Riptide. From Silmar in the LA area. 1-1, a foul off of him as well, 1-2.
All right, fans, your beer batter has 3 strikes. Get up and cheer for beer.
Tonight's beer batter as well. Bunnel and the Riptide faithful hoping for a big strikeout on Ortega.
If I'm trying to make the fans happy right now and make them cheer for beer, I think if I'm Bunnell, I might go to a curveball here, put it a little bit away from the right-handed hitter in Efren Ortega.
Big at bat here for beer. Jack Bunnell ahead 1-2. Here's the pitch. Tapper on the left side, rolls foul, and he's going to get another one.
Well, he did throw that curveball, and it almost did fool Ortega. He was out in front of that one by a lot, but he put a nice piece of wood on that one and actually breaks the bat of Ortega, so it looks like he's getting a new one. I got to go all the way to the dugout to get a new one. Wow. So that's what Bunnell's curveball can do. When you're out in front, you have to reach out and just poke it. Definitely shatter your bat. So I wonder if Bunnell might even just try to put that more away. Kind of drop that towards the middle of the plate, but low enough where you can get a chase from Ortega. But with 1-2 count, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried, doing something even more crazier in terms of just throwing it away from him.
Bunnel's 1-2. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 4 from Jack Bunnel. He strikes out the beer batter Ortega, and that ends the Barons inning here in the fourth. Jack Bunnel retires the side, stays strong, and we will head to the fourth inning with the Riptide due up, still up by 4. We're back for more Orange County Riptide baseball here in the fourth inning. Stuyvesant, Kemmer, and Diaz due up to face the new pitcher, Marcellus Henry, called to the bullpen, presented by Ticket Smarter. Grant Ferris's night is done. His final line: 3 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Just didn't have it tonight for the Barons.
You know, he's battling his command most of the time for Ferris. That big first inning really cost him.
First pitch of ball to Stuyvesant, 1-0. Stuyvesant popped up, and Stuyvesant hammers one left side, goes foul. 1-1.
Yeah, this guy right here on the Barons, Marcellus Henry, he's a guy that is really better than what his stats really say. I mean, his ERA is at 6, but that's because he had 2 bad outings. Unfortunate for him. But besides those 2 bad outings, he's been a really solid presence in the Barons bullpen, especially having a few 3-inning outings where he hasn't allowed a lot of runs scored against him. So look for him to go maybe about 2 or 3 if all things go well for Henry tonight.
Strike swinging there on Stuyvesant. It's 1-2. Riptide have base runners in every single inning. That'll be a streak that they hope to continue. Hold up here. Strike 3 called on Stuyvesant. 1 gone. And strikeout number 1 here for Henry in the fourth.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Kemmer.
So 1 away here in the fourth. Jackson Kemmer will come up. Struck out back in the second. For Marcellus Henry, 6 ERA. He's played in 7 games, started 3 games, 15 innings, 9 strikeouts, 12 walks, and 19 hits. Now it's 10 strikeouts after that one on Stuyvesant. Henry takes the first pitch, strike 0-1. Henry rifles in strike number 2, and Kemmerer quickly behind. Runners on, 1 out. Kemmerer behind 0-2. Here's the pitch, and he pops it foul on the right side, right into the Barons' bullpen. From Trabuco Canyon, started his high school career at Santa Margarita, then transferred to Tesoro for his junior and senior seasons. Henry's 0-2, outside and away, 1-2. Dylan, what has been the problem for Kemmerer this season?
I mean, really, Connor Spencer was trying to work with him through kind of his hitting mechanics. Just seems like his front hands are his hands are coming too far forward enough where he can't really generate a powerful swing when he tries to bring him back.
Strike 3 swinging there, and Kemmerer. And there's 2 away here in the 4th inning. Kemmerer strikes out for the 2nd time, and Diaz comes back up to the plate for the 3rd time. Diaz 0 for 1, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. Played his redshirt junior season at GCU this year, with the Antelopes at 374 in 42 games, en route to a NCAA tournament appearance in the regionals. Big cog in that Antelope machine. The 1-0. Diaz takes the ball down low, 2-0. GCU as well, a lot of extra base hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. 2-0 to Diaz. He swings and misses at a breaking ball. 2-1 from Henry. This misses for a ball. It's 3 balls and 1 strike to Michael Diaz, looking to get on for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, I feel like on a 3-1 count, knowing Michael Diaz, I feel like he's got to swing at something in his sweet spot. I mean, even if it's close to the zone, just make sure you're honing in on one spot and really just hammer it to the pull side, is what he does.
3-1. This one misses low, ball 4. The 2-out walk for Michael Diaz, and the Riptide not done yet here in the 4th.
Now batting number 3, Patrick Hackworth.
So 2 outs, runner at first, and Patrick Hackworth comes up for the 3rd time. Flew out to left back in the 1st and drew a walk. Start off the game, first 4 innings, the Riptide have had base runners in every frame. First pitch, cracked foul on the right side, 0-1. I mean, how important is it having base runners on, Dylan?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, the Riptide have a 4-run lead right now. They're trying to add on with 2 outs. I mean, it'll be hard to, try to add anything on in the bottom half of the 4th inning, but it's not out of the reach, especially, knowing both of these guys' speeds, Diaz and Hackworth.
0-1, that catches the zone upstairs for a strike. It's 0-2 on Hackworth. Hackworth behind, Henry ahead. 0-2. That misses high for a ball, 1-2 to Patrick Hackworth. Returning for his 2nd season with the Riptide. Last year hit .305. Didn't make the All-Star team, but this year he did. The 1-2, check swing, and strike 3 called. Hackworth went around, strikes out for the first time tonight. And Henry strikes out the Riptide side here in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th, start of the middle innings, with the Barons still down 4, trying to come back here at the Great Park. Stay with us. Welcome back to Orange County Riptide Baseball, presented by the Russell Law Group. Cisneros, Jenkins, and Bassett, 8-9-1 due up to face Jack Bunnel for inning number 5. Dylan, Bunnel has been impressive, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely so. This is going to be his longest outing so far this season. Kind of working back up to, ramp up, be part of USD next season. 4 innings so far. He's only allowed 3 hits and 1 earned run, and he has 4 Ks. His longest outing of the year was 3 innings, so this is by far going to top it if he can go 5.
Strike called, and it's 1-1 on Andy Cisneros. Let himself an RBI back in the 2nd. An RBI single to Skorin Klinovsky. Only run of the night so far for the Barons. 1-1 swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 on the Linwood native. Bunnel looking for strikeout number 5. The 1-2 pitch goes high for a ball. 2-2 to Cisneros. Went to Downey High School in the LA area and playing for the Barons this season. Bunnel 2-2. This one hit in the air out to center. Kemmerer goes and makes an impressive diving catch. What a play from Jackson Kemmerer to get out number 1.
I mean, honestly, my jaw might literally just be on the floor because of how well the Riptide have played defensively tonight. I mean, that spectacular diving defensive play by Jackson Kemmerer, too. And his glove got stuck in the grass, too. It wasn't a comfortable dive at all. He took a tumble. His arm stayed in the same exact spot. What a play. I mean, you can see him, too, as he was coming in, around just average speed, and all of a sudden he just turned on the jets once he knew he could make a diving play on it.
First pitch, a strike swinging on Raymond Jenkins. 0-1. I mean, this Riptide defense has been on top of their game all night long. There's a Can't remember a game this
No.
season that the defense has been this immaculate, Dylan.
No, yeah, it really has. I mean, the only kind of mistake you can really make, I guess, was the chopper over Gump's head. But, I mean, you can't really, fault him for that at all. I mean, that was such a tough play. But, considering all the amazing plays that really Rocco Gump has made tonight, I mean, between him and between Kemmerer, I mean, this Riptide defense is having probably their best night of the year.
Ball outside on Jenkins, 1-2. Bunnel is 1-2, and another foul off from Raymond Jenkins. It'll stay 1-2.
Yeah, Jenkins should really be 1-for-1 with a base hit to the right side, but unfortunately in his last at bat, that was the one where it hit Cisneros, so he got on base due to interference, but Cisneros was out. You can also say that was a nice little bit of a luck on the defensive side of things for Riptide as well.
Bunnel is 1-2. Rifled in there, goes outside, misses just for a ball. It's 2-2. And that one was grounded on the right side, and it hit the feet of Andy Cisneros. He was on his way to second. This time there from the Barons. 2-2, and check swing. The first base umpire said he didn't go, so it'll be 3-2. Close play there.
Yeah, that really tricked Raymond Jenkins for sure. He kind of dropped his bat in shock. Just trying to make sure that the signal to the umpires that, no, I did not go around. I'm trying everything in my power to keep my hands back.
Bunnel's payoff, and Jenkins gets a piece of it to stay alive. Bunnel up to 66 pitches now. We're in the fifth inning. Got a few players stretching. So far, Bunnel probably going to stay in for some more. Another 3-2 pitch fouled off, and Jenkins still fighting in this at bat against Bunnel.
And Jenkins, a 9-hole hitter, giving Bunnell some trouble. So what you want to see if you're manager for Tommy Barons and Kenny Landria.
Strike 3 swinging. Bunnel strikes out Jenkins, his 5th of the night, and he stays on fire. 2 gone here in the 5th.
Yeah. Excellent put away pitch from Bunnell. Just put it away. Far from the reach of Jenkins.
So 2 away. Returning back to the top, Anthony Bassett. 1 for 2. Fouls one right to Kenny Landro, but he's okay.
It's always a danger. I mean, Riptide also have guys sitting outside their dugout as well. They want to get the best view in the house. Sometimes it could come at a cost, but sure they don't mind.
0-1. This one hit right to Stuyvesant, but that sails over his head. He's not going to be there, and that's a 2-out single for Anthony Bassett. He's 2 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, we've already seen Stuyvesant make a fantastic play in the outfield so far tonight, ranging back, making that catch like the wide receiver that he was at Redondo Union, but that ball was too far out of the reach of Stuyvesant to, really do anything with.
So Bassett, 2 base hits tonight, and Andrew Kirchner comes up 0 for 2. A fly out and a strikeout. First pitch to Kirchner, misses for a ball high and away, 1-0. Kirchner from Lakewood, California. Spent his sophomore season at Golden West. This year for the Rustlers at 317. Runner going to throw from Wilkinson offline, and that'll be a stolen base for Bassett. 2 outs here in the 5th.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was going to be an out for the Riptide there. That throw by Wilkinson was on the money. It beat the leadoff hitter Anthony Bassett to the bag, but Hackworth, that ball just popped out when he applied the tag on Bassett.
1-1. This is low and away, 2-1. Barons had a run back in the second. They've had chances, but they've been quiet. The 2-1. Strike two. That one on the inside, and it's even here, Kirshner and Bunnel.
That was a great pitch there from Bunnel. That was inside fastball. You can hear the glove pop of Wilkinson. That one was thrown firmly, and it backed off Kirshner off the plate, too. He's pretty inside, standing towards plate.
2-2. This one hit in the air right to Jackson Kemmer. Steps over to his right just a little bit. He's under it. He makes the catch, and that's the final out here in the fifth. Another excellent inning for Jack Bunnel, who keeps the Barons bats quiet, and we will head to the home half of the fifth with the Riptide still up 4, searching for some more runs. Hear from the Great Park in a moment when we return.
No, no, no. You don't love me, and I know now.
The Riptide are looking to celebrate a win tonight, and you should have an excuse to celebrate any occasion. Head over to excusetocelebrate.com, where the goal is to produce fun and unique designs tailored to your vision. For the Riptide, it will be 3, 4, 5, Wilkinson, Allen, and Gump to face Marcellus Henry for inning number 2. For Henry, he got all 3 of his outs on strikeouts. Struck out Stuyvesant, Kemmer, and Hackworth. Looking to keep that going here. Wilkinson, hard grounder over to Lena, who throws over to first and makes a nice throw for out number 1.
That's unfortunate from Wilkinson, too. He's had back-to-back at-bats where he's hit the ball hard up the middle. He's rewarded for a hit on one of them. Unfortunately, Lena made a nice play on the backhand. Accurate throw as well to get him out.
Omaha, the Bat Dog, makes another retrieval. Pretty sure she's having a perfect game tonight, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is too. So hopefully we don't get what happened in the last game where she got mixed up by the ball.
J.C. Allen hammers one out to left. This could be trouble. Over the head of Jenkins. From first to second, he will stay. And J.C. Allen continues his torrid stretch with a big, loud double here in the fifth.
Yeah, first extra base hit of the game, too, for either side. And, you know, that's what happened. Allen attacking first pitch, got the hanging curveball, and just absolutely ripped it over the head of the left fielder Jenkins, too. It also took a weird hop off the wall that forced Jenkins to kind of turn around and kind of switch up his angle there. But, yeah, and second double as well during this kind of 4-game hit streak he's on now.
One out runner at second. Rocco Gump coming up. Yet to be retired. A hit by pitch and a walk. Trying to push over his teammate J.C. Allen at second. First pitch. That one in there for strike one from Marcellus Henry. For Henry, he's from Inglewood. Just finished his junior season at Sonoma State. Tongue twister there. Played for the Seawolves in the Division II ranks. Strike called on Gump, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Baseball and football player at El Segundo High School. The 0-2 to Rocco Gump, and Gump chops it high foul on the left side. He'll stay alive.
Yeah, I like that approach there from Gump. Isn't afraid to try to go the opposite way and try to get himself a knock. It's been a while. You're gonna try to do many things to at least try to just get on base, but no problem today for Gump. He's been on base twice.
The 0-2 to Gump. This one misses outside and away for a ball. That one got away from Ortega. Not far enough for J.C. Allen. He stays at second. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes to Gump. There's a mound visit between Ortega and Henry. This seems like an inning, Dylan, that the Riptide really wants some runs.
Yeah, and it also seems like it's Henry doing more of the talking, I think. Because if you watch on that last pitch, if you're looking at that last pitch, Henry kind of looked back Allen almost all the way until he really delivered until the plate. So he had his eye on him the whole time until he really just turned around to deliver the pitch, which is kind of unusual to see, especially as a right-hander. So I wonder if he's going to ask for a pickoff sign here to his catcher, Ortega.
Henry's 1-2. Skips low for a ball, 2-2. Good stop from Ortega.
It could also be just a preference as well for Henry to just look back the runner at second all the way until he delivers the pitch to home. I remember, there's some guys out there that, they look at the glove too long or they look at the plate too long. They kind of overthink things. Oh, and there you go. That was going to try to be the back pick. It seems like Bassett went a little bit too early, and Allen kind of heard him coming up behind him.
Henry fires a 2-2 pitch, misses out and away for a ball, 3-2. Gump looking to get on for the third time tonight.
Yeah, I feel like right now on the mound, Henry's a little bit too worried about the runner and Allen, too. Now he's got the second baseman Lena covering the bag instead of the shortstop Bassett, which could be dangerous, especially considering Gump is a left-handed hitter. If he just pulls one, that could be a base hit.
And Henry misses downstairs, ball 4. A one-out walk for Rocco Gump, who's on for the third time tonight. And the Riptide are cooking something up here in the 5th.
Especially considering Jack Hammond's up to the plate, who's hit safely in 7 of his last 8 games, including tonight. Him, like Gump, has been on base as well in every single one of his at-bats.
So here comes the red-hot Jack Hammond. A single back in the 3rd. He's got 2 runners on. He takes a first pitch ball that just missed on the edge. 1-0. Hammond 1 for 1 tonight. Also had a walk back in the first inning. The 1-0. Hammond fouls it off. Runners going. It'll be a foul ball, and they'll have to go back.
Yeah, it seemed like it was the first base umpire, Arturo Belmonte, that was the one that made the foul ball call, because it seemed like the home plate umpire, Tim O'Day, was signaling that it was fair, actually. Oh, now we're getting a verbal argument right now between one of the assistant coaches from the Barons and Belmonte about that call.
The assistant coach over there not happy with the call.
No, not at all. He thought that was a straight foul ball from Hammond. Or not foul ball, excuse me. That should be a swinging bunt, essentially. That should have been an out. That's what he was thinking.
The 1-1 to Hammond. Slow roller over to third. To second in time. Throw to first. That one not in time. The hustle from Hammond keeps the Riptide's hope alive here in the fifth.
Yeah, it was a good job. I mean, that was a bad hop that Colin Taylor had the field. It came up on him, and so he couldn't get a good grip on it originally. But he's also very well known for his defense at his time last year at LA Valley College. Being named to the Gold Glove for his defense in the All-Western State Conference, and he made a nice play on it, even though it took a bad hop. Strong throw to Lena at second base. A good relay, but unfortunately not in time.
Runners at the corners for Matt Flaherty. He swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Flaherty just finished his redshirt sophomore year at Utah. For the Utes this year, hit .282 in 40 games. The final year in the Pac-12. Flaherty tonight 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs back in the first. Allen at third, Hammond at first. Gets a piece of him fouled off, and it's 0-2 quickly to Flaherty.
Yeah, when Flaherty's right, he's an excellent hitter. A patient one that is able to drive the ball definitely towards the pole side, down the line. And that's what he did in that first at bat where he drove in 2. So he's probably trying to replicate that success that he had back in the first.
0-2 pitch, that one sails outside and away for a ball. 1-2 to Matt Flaherty.
Yeah, it seems like Henry's upset with himself after that pitch. I think he just didn't follow through all the way on that changeup there. Had kind of died at the end. Flaherty was able to read that one well, even though that was pretty close to the zone.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that ends the Riptide threat here in the fifth. Had some solid chances here in the fifth inning. They had 2 runners on, but unfortunately stranded them. And that concludes the fifth inning. Through 5 innings, the Riptide up 5-1 on top of the Academy Barons. We'll take a break and head to the 6th in a moment when we return. back for more Orange County Riptide baseball. You've made it to the 6th inning with the heart of the order coming up for the Academy Barons.
Now batting number 13.
Lena, Taylor, and Klonowski due up to face new OC Riptide pitcher Hunter Long. This call to the bullpen presented by Rayborn. Jack Bunnel's night is done. First pitch, a ball to Lena, 1-0. Bunnel went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. He was superb for the Riptide through 5. That misses 4 ball. 2 balls and no strikes now on Lena.
It seemed like he was settling in more as the game progressed. The first 2 innings, he had some trouble, with some hits, but other than that, he was fantastic for the Riptide.
Hard foul off, and it's 2-1. For Hunter Long, standing at 6'7", 260. Big frame. Should be his 5th appearance for the Tide. 12 ERA in 4 games. The 2-1. That misses 3-1. He's pitched in 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 3 hits. A lot of 3s on the board for him. 2-2. And Lena fouls it behind home and outside of the stadium behind. Last pitch against the Barons in a 5-3 Riptide win. Pitched 1 inning, 2 hits, and 1 earned run. Hard foul ball on the left side, and it'll be 3-2.
Seems like Lena's pretty locked in this at bat against Hunter Long. All of his swings have been hard, and they've resulted in hard contact, but nothing fair yet.
Another foul ball on the left side.
I might try to put something away if I was Hunter Long. It seems like all the inside pitches Lena's really turning on. Now he's been early on those curveballs, but still, I'll try to maybe throw something maybe a bit away, maybe a bit down as well.
Long's payoff pitch is hitting the air out to center. Here comes Jackson Kemmer running with a head full of steam. He makes a nice running catch for out number 1 here in the 6th. Kemmer's had a good night in center for the Tide.
I mean, yes, he has. He made that fantastic diving play in that last time around, or he really had a turn on the Jets. So I didn't think anyone was going to get to it, and he did, just out of nowhere.
So 1 gone, and here comes Colin Taylor, who is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. First pitch, rifled in there for strike 1. Taylor just finished his freshman season at LA Valley College for the Monarchs this season. .341 batting average. Takes a ball in the dirt, 1-1. 8 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, and 20 RBIs, along with 17 walks. He had a good season in the community college ranks. 1-1. Wave and a miss. Breaking ball from Long, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, it seems like his big problem this year for the Barons has been the strikeouts. He leads the team in that department with 37 heading into today's game.
Long's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hunter Long gets a big strikeout for the 2nd out. And with that, Klonowski will come up with the bases clear.
And again, he's just fishing at those away curveballs. Good job by Long, or to recognize, Taylor is having some trouble timing up that curveball, and he decided to just put him away.
First pitch to Jacob Klonowski, fouled off, 0-1. For Klonowski tonight, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. And after that foul off, Bren Wilkinson is down. Here comes Connor Spencer having a word here with his catcher, along with the trainers.
Yeah, it seemed like it got his wrist. It looked on the left, on his receiving wrist. There wasn't, the throwing hand that could sometimes stick out behind, behind his leg or off to the side. But it looked like it was his receiving wrist that foul ball got. Missed his glove completely. That's why that ball was so soft heading towards the backstop, because it hit Wilkinson straight up in his left arm. Looks like he's good now, shaking it off as trainers and Connor Spencer walks away.
I'm sure that doesn't feel good, but Brent Wilkinson, the tough dude, he was staying here for the Tide. No one count up coming here to Jacob Klinowski. That one skips low for a ball. 1-1. Or Klinowski just finished his junior season at Cal State East Bay. And this year for the Pioneers hit .304. His best season yet. 1-1, swing and a miss, breaking ball from Long, and it's 1-2. Long's 1-2. That misses downstairs for a ball. It's 2-2. Klinowski trying to get on for the second time tonight to keep the Barons alive. This one hitting the air out to left. Goes foul just past the Riptide bullpen.
Yeah, I would keep going to that well if I was Hunter Long. Keep trying to go away on Klinowski. Seems like, he was able to get to that fastball there, but if he drops that changeup in again, which Klinowski has seen, and he had an ugly swing at it, just try going there again with 2-2.
Hunter Long's 2-2. That one misses down and inside for a ball. It's 3-2.
It's not really hitting that spot right now that's inside on Klinowski. It's been a little bit of trouble trying to go in there. Try to attack him. I would try to just maybe go away.
The payoff. Strike 3 called. Hunter Long freezes Jacob Klinowski. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mr. Long, and he retires the Barons in order. We will head to the home half of the sixth with the Riptide still up 4, but they want some more insurance. Be back in a moment. Park. Back to the Great Park, OC Riptide Baseball presented by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at Woodbury Town Center, where they strive to glorify God to be America's best quick service restaurant at winning and keeping customers. And don't forget, serving you is our pleasure. Bottom of the order coming up, Stuyvesant, Kemmer, and Diaz. Cue to face Marcellus Henry for the third inning. Stuyvesant 0 for 2. Pop up and a strikeout, takes ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And Stuyvesant pops this one up. High fly ball. Ortega camping under it. He makes the catch, and that's the first out here in the 6th. One away, and Jackson Kemper will come up to the plate. Kemper tonight 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He's looking to shake it off and get on base here for the Tide. Henry's first pitch in there for strike 1. Strike swinging right down Broadway to Kemmer.
Yeah, Kemmer just needs to kind of watch that pitch go all the way in. I think he got a little bit too excited at that hanging changeup that was left up in the zone by Henry.
That one skips inside to Kemmer. 1-1. If there's a player due for a hit, it's Jackson Kemmer. Really wants to get on, and this entire OC Riptide team definitely rooting for Kemmer here. Want to see him come through. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 on the curveball from Henry. Kemmer just finished his freshman season at Nevada. A lot of potential. But trying to finish off the summer strong here at the Great Park. Henry's 1-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 now for Marcellus Henry. And there are 2 away here in the 6th.
Now batting number 24, Michael Diaz.
Yeah, it's the away curveball has really kind of been his kryptonite. You know, but that was a nice little pitch there thrown by Henry. Had great spin, great deception on it as well.
So 2 quick outs here for Marcellus Henry. A lot of flips over for the 4th time. Michael Diaz coming up. Diaz takes the first pitch, ball 1-0. Diaz tonight has been on base twice, a hit by pitch and a walk. Stat line tonight 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strike called down the pipes from Henry, and it's 1-1 to Michael Diaz. Diaz takes a ball outside, 2-1. Look across the other CCL South game going on. Conejo up 6-3 on top of Arroyo Seco in the 9th inning in Thousand Oaks. That's a game that Riptide are glad that the Saints are losing, but OC is going to play Conejo the next 2 games, tomorrow and Friday. 2-1, make it 3-1 after a ball missed low to Diaz. Conejo has had a special season, to say the least. Number 1 in the CCL South. Best season since 2022 when they won the CCL South and faced Healdsburg in the CCL Championship game. The 3-1 pitch is crushed out to center. Running back is Cisneros, and he makes a long catch for the 3rd out. That one had a lot of juice on it. Not enough to leave the stadium. A 1-2-3, 6th inning for Marcellus Henry. He shakes off the Riptide, no problem, here in the 6th. We're going to the 7th inning with the bottom of the order coming up for the Barons. It's still 5-1, Riptide still on top. Take a break and be back in a moment. it to the 7th inning. And the Riptide up 4. Welcome back into the Wild Rivers press box. Andrew Ellis alongside Dylan Luden with our producer Colin Melcher. 6, 7, 8, Arroyo, Ortega, and Cisneros due to face Hunter Long. First pitch, a foul off to Arroyo, 0-1. Arroyo tonight 0 for 1, a line out to Gump, and a walk. Swings and misses at a strike there, but it's 0-2. Long's 0-2, and this one hammered out to left, could be trouble. It goes foul though. That one was crushed.
Well, that's the big time power that Arroyo can display. I mean, he leads the team in that total with 4. He's in top 10 in the CCL in that department. And, so it happens. Especially it helps too that he's a catcher. He can, develop that torque really nicely.
0-2, strike 3 called. Long blows by a strike on the outside corner to Arroyo. 3 straight strikeouts from Hunter Long. He stays dominating. And there's one gone here in the 7th.
Yeah, it seemed like, as he was kind of working against Lena and some of the first batters as he was warming up in this game, it seems like that he was kind of, focused on really just trying to place the pitch and not really just, throw, let it come out of his hand. Now it seems like he's finally settled into a groove and just letting everything just fly out.
So here's tonight's beer batter, Efren Ortega. Last chance to get a strikeout. Ortega 0 for 2. Fouls one off, and he's quickly behind 0-2 after back-to-back foul balls.
Yeah, knowing how good of a pitcher Long is, especially with that 6'7" frame of his, he really doesn't need, he can just, throw effortlessly, throw easily, and he'll generate strikeouts. Just comes naturally. That's why he led all of SoCal in strikeouts his senior year at Cabot Valley Christian.
Ball high, 1-2 to Efren Ortega. To start out, Hunter Long has retired 4 straight Barons bats. A 1-2. That skips inside, and this one hit him. That one hit his left leg, so that'll be a base here with 1 out for Efren Ortega, on for the first time tonight.
Now batting number 31, Andy Cisneros.
It's unfortunate there. It didn't look like it hit him, but came very close. Well, as the home plate umpire Tim O'Day's call said he got him.
So 1 out, runner at first. Andy Cisneros coming up. He himself tonight, 1 for 2, an RBI single. First pitch, a good one from Long, strike 1. After tonight, the Riptide have 4 more games left. Popped up on an 0-1 pitch. Gump calling everybody off. He charges in, he makes the catch, and there are 2 away here in the 7th.
Yeah, why not? I mean, when Gump, you're having the defensive game that, he's having, he's the one that can make the plays, calls everyone off, and takes authority.
So 2 outs, runner at first, and Raymond Jenkins comes up 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out back in the 5th. Ball 1 high from Long. 7 strikeouts so far for Bunnel and Long combined. A lot of these Riptide pitchers have a lot of gas in their pitches, getting a lot of strikeouts. A foul off from Jenkins on the right side. It's 1-1.
Yeah, it's very interesting too. Comparing these 2 pitchers, of course. Hunter Long standing at 6'7". It's a stark difference between Jack Bunnel, who stands at 5'9". So you're seeing basically a whole, another foot almost of a different arm slot really coming over the top. So It's been hard for these Barons hitters to kind of read what pitch is coming out of Long's hands, considering that almost foot difference in between pitches.
Long's 2-1. Sails away 3-1. Now on Raymond Jenkins. Looking to get on for the second time tonight. Reached on back in the second. Batter's interference pushed him on. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Breaking ball from Long on full display there. Jenkins, the 9-hitter. Long trying to end the inning here. Scoreless. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 3 now for Hunter Long. He retires the Barons side with 2 strikeouts in the 7th, and Hunter Long stays scorching hot here for the Riptide. We're heading to the bottom half of the 7th. Stretch time here at the Great Park. Riptide still up 4. Want some insurance. See if they can get some when we return in a moment from the Great Park.
No, no, no. You don't love me, and I know now.
Celebrate the true spirit of the West with ammunition, wines, and whiskey. They are rugged in spirit and have a persistent heart. It's for the pursuers of excellence whose passions are fed by the defeat of mediocrity, and for anyone who forges their own trail to their version of the American dream. From farm to finish, every step taken toward perfection is a deliberate one. Go to drinkammunition.com for a glass of ammunition, wine, and whiskeys here at the Great Park and online as well. Made it to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Heart of the order coming up for the Riptide. Hackworth, Wilkinson, and Allen due to face new pitcher Luis Guzman.
Now batting number 3, Patrick
He
Hackworth.
replaces Marcellus Henry. So Luis Guzman takes over here in the 7th. Pitching change brought to you by Belden Hutchinson. Hackworth up. Searching for a hit. Had a walk back in the 2nd. First pitch. Misses low for a ball, 1-0. Guzman East from Huntington Beach. Went to Fairfax High School in Los Angeles. Pitched at Long Beach City College. Ball inside, 2-0 to Hackworth. Guzman, this will be his 4th outing for the Barons. Each of his 3 were an inning long, and in all of those he's given up runs. 2-0 pitch is flared up the middle past the diving Bassett. And Patrick Hackworth gets his hit, a leadoff single in the 7th.
Yeah, again, it's just Hackworth playing to his strength, hitting it the opposite way this time, up the middle, but towards the left side of that second base bag. It was a nice play by the shortstop to kind of try to make that Anthony Bassett, but just wasn't able to get there. It seems like every single ball that Hackworth has eyes on it, and it just evades every glove in the field.
So leadoff single for Hackworth will bring up Brandon Wilkinson to the plate. Wilkinson tonight is 1 for 3. Throw over to first, and Hackworth scoots back in safely. The Riptide win tonight. They will leapfrog the Saints, the 18-15 Saints, losing to the Oaks, the 17-15. Bunt attempt laid on the left side from Wilkinson, 0-1.
He's done that a few times so far this season, dropping down a bunt when no one expects it. And he's actually a really great bunter. For a catcher, you wouldn't think, he would be the one placing a bunt, but he's not your typical catcher. He's fast for a catcher, he's athletic, and he's got great eye contact skills, and he can drop down a bunt. He was able to drop one down on the pull side in his last game and leg it out for the infield bunt single.
Guzman throws over to first. Hackworth gets back in time. Wilkinson, a good defensive catcher, but when you need his bat to go, he can definitely get on. Most notably hit him a huge homer in game number 1 of the Riptide season back in June. The 0-1, big foul off, and it's 0-2 to Wilkinson. So Guzman ahead of Wilkinson here, 0-2. First with no outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch, outside and away for a ball. It's 1-2. Wilkinson, one of 3 Cypress High School grads. Him, Parker, and Thomas. All 3 of them went to Cypress. 1-2. Ball outside and away, 2-2.
I'm really liking this at-bat put together by Wilkinson. He fell down, but now he's kind of getting back right into this count. And that's the kind of hitter that Wilkinson can be. He can be troublesome for any pitcher on the mound.
Guzman's 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Guzman's first out is a strikeout. He strikes out Brent Wilkinson looking, and there's one away here in the 7th.
Now batting number 9, J.C. Allen.
So strikeout on the Sioux Matador, Brent Wilkinson. That'll bring up J.C. Allen, who's had a good night. 1 for 2, a double and a walk. Got Hackworth at first. Riptide up 4. And Hackworth's going. The throw from Ortega, not in time. Speedy Patrick Hackworth putting himself into scoring position. Riptide want to get some more runs. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah, that was a very close play, honestly. That was a great throw by the catcher, Efren Ortega. Dylan Lena was right there to cover. Throw was on the money, but Hackworth just slid in to that right-hand corner of the bag away from Lena.
0-1 to Allen. Got a piece of it. Skips to the backstop, and it's 0-2. For Allen, just finished his sophomore season at Saddleback. Was California state champion Saddleback Bobcats, that is. Hit .309 this year. 11 doubles, 13 home runs, and 64 RBIs. He was a beast at Saddleback. 0-2. That misses. Hackworth slides into third safely. And the Riptide have a runner at third with one out.
Yeah, Hackworth's not afraid to, go ahead and steal another bag, even with one gone. He's trying to get himself in better position for his future college teammate and, former high school teammate to drive him in.
Guzman in trouble here. Runner at third with one out. Infield in here. The 1-2. Allen hits this one in the air out to right. This one going to Klonowski. Takes him all the way to the warning track. Coming in from third to score is Patrick Hackworth. A sacrifice fly out to right for J.C. Allen. Gives the Riptide another run. OC's up 6-1 here in the seventh.
Yeah, that's the reason why Hackworth stole those two bags, was to just try and tackle another run for the Riptide. Running out of chances to do so, try to lengthen your lead, and when you have the speed that Hackworth does, you can, pull that off, and that was extremely successful for the Riptide.
Here's Gump. Reached on base 3 times, 0 for 0, hit by pitch and 2 walks. Takes the first pitch, ball 1-0. Rocco Gump just finished his junior season at Northwestern State in Louisiana. Hit .285 for the Demons. Ground ball on the right side. Big stop by Kirchner. The throw to Guzman, not in time. And Rocco Gump gets his first base hit here in the seventh.
Well, you could tell Kirchner was a bit disappointed that his pitcher, Luis Guzman, didn't go to cover the bag, because that should have been out number 3. Sit well by Gump, and fielded well by Kirchner. He fielded that one pretty deep, but Gump recognized Guzman didn't get off the mound right away, and he sprinted down that first base line and beat it out.
Big swing from Gump. That one pushed Kirchner all the way back, pretty much right into the outfield. And it's a good effort there from Guzman, but the race eventually won by Gump. Jack Hammond takes the first pitch, ball 1-0. Little audio malfunction there on Jack Hammond. Hammond tonight, 1 for 2, single, fielder's choice and a walk. Pick over at first, not in time to Gump. Another throw over at first. Guzman really wants to get the third out on Gump. Goes late again. The 1-0 to Hammond, and this one misses inside, might have hit him. That'll be a pass ball, free base for Gump. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs now. For Hammond, just finished his junior season at Long Beach State. Spent the previous few in Kansas for the Kansas Jayhawks. Guzman's 2-0. Hammond belts this out towards center, bounces in for a base hit. From third, here comes Gump. He will score. A 2-out RBI single from Jack Hammond, who continues to hammer the baseball. And the Riptide are now up 7-1 here in the seventh.
Yeah, second half of the day for Hammond, raises average up to, right around the 250s. And again, a nice bit of opposite field hitting into the right center field gap. displaying that hit tool really well.
So 6-run cushion for the Riptide. And Matt Flaherty will come up for the 4th time. 1 for 3, had himself a 2-run single, fouls one back behind home, 0-1. 2-run single in the first since then, a ground out and a strikeout. The 0-1, wave and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Matt Flaherty. This is another guy who is a good defender, can plug him pretty much in the middle infield. His bat's starting to heat up. Could be a good asset for Connor Spencer coming down the stretch. Oh, 0-2. Ball upstairs. 1-2 now to Flaherty.
Yeah, that was a hard pitch to lay off, honestly, by Flaherty. That was a good job by Guzman placing that high in a way that could have been called for strike 3, but Flaherty, sticking with his zone, sticking with, the calls that he's going to make, and doesn't want to offer that pitch.
Flaherty still behind 1-2 on Luis Guzman. Here's the pitch, and Flaherty strikes out swinging to end the 7th. Another good inning for the Riptide. Allen and Hammond both bring in runs. Sacrifice fly on an RBI single. These guys continue to stay torching hot, and we will take a break and head to the 8th. OC up 6. We'll be back in a moment for more Riptide baseball here at home. Hunter Long, his night is done. He will be replaced by Riley Kelly Call to the bullpen presented by Northwood Pizza. Final line for Hunter Long. He goes 2 innings and he gets 3 strikeouts. Riley Kelly coming in. He's got to face the top of the order, Bassett, Kirchner, and Lena. And for Kelly so far, 7 1/3, 15 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 10 hits on the year.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, one of those guys where you don't look at the stats because he's been way better than advertised. I mean, those first 2 outings for the Riptide were not so great, you could say for sure, especially one against the Barons back on the 20th. But then again, he's coming off an injury, hadn't pitched. He pitched a little bit for UCI during the regular season, but it's been a while since he really faced live batters, so he had to really get back into the groove of things. But since those 2 outings, he's racked up a lot of great starts from there. 5 consecutive outings and only 1 earned run allowed during those 5 outings. He's been very impressive, especially racking up strikeouts as well.
Anthony Bassett, 2 for 3, gets a piece of it, stays alive. It'll stay 2-2. It just seems like so many of these Riptide bullpen pitchers, especially, locked in. Tommy McGuire, Matthew Chavone, Sam Hasagawa, Guzman, Nathan Hoy, and keep rattling them off. The 2-2 fouled off. It'll stay 2-2. Kelly's 2-2 goes outside and away for ball 3-2 on Anthony Bassett.
Okay, that one just slid away from Bassett. Too far for Kelly or for Bassett to really offer at.
Payoff. This is inside, ball 4, a leadoff walk for Anthony Bassett in the 8th inning.
I like that pitch. It was a bit aggressive, inside fastball. Wasn't afraid to go there, but when you go there on a full count, you have to make sure you locate that pitch. That one was just a bit too inside, but again, not too mad at that one. That was good idea there from Riley Kelly.
So runner at first with no outs. Here comes Andrew Kirchner, who's hitless tonight. Takes the first pitch, ball low, 1-0. Got 2 more home games left. Gotta stress this, if you haven't been to the Great Park, time is running out to catch a Riptide game here in Irvine. I believe it's 50s night. Hold that thought here. Fly ball out to right. Roaming over is Diaz. He makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Nice running catch from Michael Diaz this time, and right for the first out.
Now batting number 13, Dylan Lena.
So 1 away. Runner at first. Dylan Lena coming up. 0 for 3 tonight. Once again, if you haven't been to the Great Park, come out and support the Riptide. 2 more home games. I believe it's Saturday, Sunday. Not entirely sure, though. It is Saturday, Sunday. We play the Saints and the Barons. So 2 pretty big games. That Saints game definitely going to be a big one. First pitch, a ball outside to Lena, 1-0. Tonight, it was Christmas in July. That Saturday game is going to be 50s night. Dylan, we've had a lot of great themes this year. What has been your favorite?
Ooh, I like that question, Andrew. Yeah, there has definitely been a good amount of theme nights, honestly. But I think, I think the 60s night with the bingo was actually pretty cool. I like the bingo idea. But honestly, hearing all that 60s music made me want to, listen to music of that era afterwards. So it was a good job of leaving a lasting impression on me. But it seems like really the most popular ones has definitely been the Bark in the Park. I think, people being able to bring out their dogs, having them enjoy some baseball. I think that's been probably, brought the most enjoyment to the fans.
Fouls it off, 1-2. I mean, you can't forget Taylor Swift night, too.
Yeah.
Against the Saints, that was big show out.
Listen, I'm definitely not a fan of T-Swizzle, but there's definitely a few fans that came to the game wearing some merch that probably wouldn't have been here without, it being Taylor Swift night. So it's a good job to the marketing team knowing how to get some fans to the games.
Lena flares it foul on the right side, 1-2.
If you had to pick, what theme night would you pick for a potential one? Maybe for next seasons.
For next season, maybe like a color rush or something. I know some teams do a whiteout. I feel like that would be pretty cool. But this year's interns team did a lot of themes.
They did, and they killed it.
All low, 2-2. I mean, bark in the park though. That's really cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, yeah, it would be kind of hard. I would love to do an 80s night. That'd be kind of fun. But I mean, we have 60s, 50s, so we have a lot of themed decade stuff.
2-2, and another foul off on Dylan Lena. He continues to battle against Riley Kelly here. Lena from Carson, California, went to St. John Bosco High School. So another Trinity League bat. Very quality baseball player for the Barons. 2-2 swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Riley Kelly to get a big out number 2 here in the 8th.
When you got big-time stuff against a big-time power hitter in Lena, those two are going to collide, and they did just there. Riley Kelly just blew that fastball by Dylan Lena after Dylan Lena was putting there a really impressive at bat against Kelly.
So 2 outs, runner at first. Colin Taylor comes up 0 for 3 tonight. I mean, the fact that the Riptide have kept Kirchner, Lena quiet, those two players definitely the hottest hitters on the team. Kirchner 0 for 4 and Lena 0 for 4. I mean, this pitching staff, they knew the job coming in. Got to keep those guys quiet, and they did just that. That's why, one of the reasons why the Riptide are up 7-1. Second pitch to Taylor, misses low, 4-ball, 2-0. Two through 4 so far is 0 for 11 for the Barons. That's not a winning recipe in a must-win game. Taylor hits this one in the air, out to Hackworth. That one just off of his glove. He almost made another incredible defensive play from the Tide.
Yeah, that one just twisted him in all sorts, and Hackworth almost got there, but unfortunately he was too twisted around to really kind of do anything with it.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Konofsky.
So 2 outs and 2 on, and here comes Jacob Konofsky to the plate. Returner from last year's team. Tonight he is 1 for 3. Single and a pair of strikeouts. Got Taylor at first, Bassett at second. First pitch is a ball high, 1-0. If you're a Riptide fan watching at home, it's got to be really refreshing to see this defense being so sharp right around the corner to playoffs. It's exactly what you need from your squad with playoffs in less than a week. Trick swinging there, and it's 1-1. Kelly's 1-1. This one, a bouncer up the middle. Hackworth gloves, throws the first in time. For out number 3, Patrick Hackworth. You can plug him anywhere. He still makes great plays, time in and time out. We're going to head to the 8th inning, and Brendan Wilkinson down for the Riptide. Hopefully he's okay. We'll take an injury timeout and head to the home half of the 8th with the Riptide. I'll be back in one moment for the rest of this one.
Now batting number 7, Nate Tyson.
Here in the 8th inning, the Riptide up 6. We're looking for some more runs as we get to the closing stages of this one. Pitching change on the mound brought to you by Wild Rivers, also in the Wild Rivers press box. 8-9-1 Stuyvesant, Kemmer, and Diaz due to face Robbie Knowles. Knowles rifles in a first pitch strike, 0-1. For Knowles as well, he's been one of the top arms. It's been him and Rosales for Knowles this year. 5 straight scoreless outings, and he has been lights out for head coach Landreau. Strike 2 there, and it is 0-2 on Stuyvesant.
Yeah, he's one of those 6 selections for the CCL Showcase game for the MLB Academy Barons. And actually, he got the pitch in that game. He only faced 2 batters, and he struck out both of them.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout on Nate Stuyvesant, and there's 1 gone here in the 8th.
Well, you can see why he has such overpowering stuff. I mean, that fastball, it averages 95 miles an hour, tops out at 96. So, not too much speed kind of change. Kind of remains the same. That slider as well, it averages 80 miles an hour with around 2,800 RPMs. That thing just spins. And, you know, this is a guy who's formerly at USD. He went the JUCO route as well. Now he's going to head to Liberty.
Jackson Kemmer up 0-for-3 with 3 strikeouts. Trying to avoid the golden sombrero. That's 4 strikeouts in 1 game. First pitch, a ball high, 1-0. Fun fact, actually, Robbie Knowles from Manhattan Beach went to Miracosta High School. He played water polo. He was named the most valuable offensive player for the Mustangs. So a uncommon dual sport athlete. Swing and a miss there, 1-1.
You know, and I feel like when you throw 96, I feel like it's kind of hard to give up baseball at that point.
Yeah.
You have a God-given talent essentially when you can throw that fast at that age. I mean, this is him post Tommy John surgery. He already had it, and he's been healthy, and you can see what he's been doing post TJ. I mean, it's incredible.
1-1, swing and a miss there, and it's 1-2. Yeah, he just slingshots those pitches into the strike zone.
Yes.
With unforgivable velocity.
Yeah, 7 1/3 innings for Knowles this season for the Barons, 16 strikeouts. He's only allowed 1 hit in those innings of work and a 1 earned run.
Knowles is 1-2. Strike 3 called. Kemmer strikes out for the 4th time tonight, and there are 2 gone here in the 8th.
Honestly, if I was assigned the hit against Knowles, I don't think I'd do great either. I mean, it's so hard to time him up, especially considering how slow he starts, to kind of wind up, and all of a sudden it just comes out like a slingshot. It just comes boom, right to home plate in a blink of an eye, and you might miss it.
Strikeout number 12 now for Barons pitchers. Top of the order once again, Michael Diaz, and he takes a ball outside, 1-0. For Diaz, searching for a base hit. He is 0-for-2. Strikeout on a flyout, had a hit by pitch and a walk. So he's been on base twice and trying to get on base once more. Takes a strike in there, 1-1 to Michael Diaz. That strike zone for Diaz, different than most players. He stands at 6'2", 205. Pretty good height for a baseball player. Definitely athletic. Played football in high school. 2-1 on Diaz now. Diaz flares this one in the air out towards right. Gets past Lena, who made a good effort. A 2-out single for Michael Diaz. And Riptide not done yet here in the 8th.
Yeah, when a pitcher's throwing that hard, you don't have to swing that hard. Let him do all the work, and that's exactly what Diaz did there. Just line that one right in the right field. Nice base hit.
Runner at first with 2 outs, and here comes Patrick Hackworth. Hackworth 1 for 3. Single and a walk as well. Trying to go 2 for 4 and keep the inning alive here for the Tide. First pitch, that's a base hit. Back-to-back innings with base knocks for Patrick Hackworth, who continues to swing a hot stick. And the Riptide continue to pile it on here in the 8th.
Yeah, again, same philosophy. You know, when the guy throwing that hard, you don't have to do too much. Hackworth, that was just a simple, easy base hit the opposite way. That's what he does best. Going the opposite way with pitches. He's probably the best hitter in the Riptide at doing so.
2 on with 2 outs, and here comes Brent Wilkinson. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Back-to-back base hits from the top 2 guys, Diaz and Hackworth. Wilkinson trying to follow suit. Knowles' first pitch, a strike.
Yeah, that's filthy. Imagine you're just trying to time up that fastball, and all of a sudden he drops in that slider at 80 miles an hour first pitch. Kind of sets a tone for the rest of the at-bat.
Oh, 1. Wilkinson stares at a ball outside, 1-1.
Yeah, Wilkinson's been pretty beaten up behind home plate, honestly, tonight. He's had a few times where trainers have had to come check him out. And that last one, too, on that follow-through by, I believe it was one of the hitters, I believe it was Klonowski. He kind of threw the bat on the backswing right into the helmet of Wilkinson. So he was knocked down, but he was all right, thankfully. But you can see why his uniform is so dirty, because he's kind of been everywhere behind the plate tonight for the Riptide.
1-2 on Brent Wilkinson. Riptide looking for more insurance. Hackworth at first, Diaz at second. Knowles is 1-2. Misses high for a ball. 2-2. And for Wilkinson as well, in that game against Arroyo Seco, a few of those pitches hit his legs, and he was visited by the trainers up at Arroyo Seco. So he's been taking a beating lately. Just want to be careful with him with playoffs right around the corner. 2-2. The ball outside and away, 3-2 to Brent Wilkinson.
I think that actually the first pitch slider to him actually helped him out a little bit, honestly. Seems like he's reading these pitches a lot better, and, knowing he's able to decipher that slider compared to the fastball. It's made a difference so far in this at-bat.
Knowles' payoff. Swing and a miss. Robbie Knowles strikes out the side here in the 8th. Robbie Knowles continues to dominate these CCL hitters. And that ends the Riptide threat, stranding 2 runners. We're heading to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Barons to come back down 6. We'll take a break and head to the final 3 outs. Riptide trying to win another one here at home. We've made it to the 9th inning here in the Wild Rivers press box. 6, 7, 8 due up Arroyo, Ortega, and Cisneros to face Riley Kelly. UCI zone. Riley Kelly looking to slam the door on a potential Barons comeback here in the 9th. First pitch, just a bit outside, ball 1. Nearly hit Arroyo. Fortunately for the Riptide, though, didn't go his way. Arroyo will walk in the second, 0 for 2 the other way. Fouls one off behind home, 1-1. Arroyo almost had a home run back in the 7th. Fouled one on the left side, had home run distance, but just went foul. 1-1. Strike down the middle. 1-2, a fastball from Kelly.
Yeah, Arroyo visibly definitely not agreeing with that call whatsoever. Thinks that's a bit too outside for his liking.
One and two. Swing and a miss. Riley Kelly's first strikeout of the night comes in a big spot here in the 9th. And there's one gone here in the 9th. So one out, base is clear. Here comes Efren Ortega, the other catcher for the Barons. 0 for 2. Ground out, a strikeout on a hit by pitch. Looking the other CCL South game, Conejo won 6-3 on top of Arroyo Seco. So the Riptide ahead of the Saints at the moment. Riptide hold on. Believe there'll be a game, half game ahead of the Saints. The 0-1, swing and a miss from Kelly, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Kelly not messing around, coming straight at Ortega. 2 straight fastballs, making him try to hit it.
Ortega already struck out back in the 4th, trying to avoid that here in the 9th. The 0-2 just misses upstairs for a ball. 1-2. Cisneros due up next. Ortega trying to spark a rally. The 1-2, wave and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Riley Kelly, and there are quickly 2 gone here in the 9th.
We've been swinging and missing. It ain't broke.
That's the 10th strikeout for OC pitching. We've had strikeouts in all but 1 inning. That was the 2nd. And here comes Andy Cisneros representing the final out here for the Barons. First pitch, a ball outside and away, 1-0. Good stop from Wilkinson. Kelly fires home, and he gets a strike. It's 1-1 on Cisneros. A 1-1. And that's in there for strike 2. The Barons down to their final strike. Andy Cisneros trying to keep them alive. Riptide up 7-1. Kelly's 1-2. Strike 3 called. Riley Kelly strikes out the side in the 9th to end the Barons' hopes. Also end the game, and the Riptide win 7-1. What a game from Jack Bunnel, Hunter Long, and Riley Kelly alongside just this Riptide offense. They brought their A game today, Dylan.
Yeah, another dominant performance by the Riptide pitching staff, only allowing 1 run, 5 hits. Doing what they do best. Again, double-digit strikeouts tonight from the 3 pitchers. They combined for 13. And, just overpowering stuff, Bunnel kept it honest. He mixed up the strikeouts with the ground balls and flyouts, but Hunter Long, Riley Kelly so dominant out of the bullpen.
Big game for Jack Hammond Had himself an RBI single. Went 2 for 3. Some other guys that came through. J.C. Allen, Patrick Hackworth, as always. Michael Diaz. Just seems like these guys are having no problems with the Barons. That'll be their 5th win on the year. They'll move to 18 and 15. Meanwhile, the Barons will go down to 13 and 20. The next Riptide game will be on the road at Conejo. Big 2 games coming up. 4:30 start. We'll have a road broadcast coming tomorrow. 4:30 at Sparky Anderson Field. We hope to see you then. That's going to do it here from the Great Park. Final score 7-1. Riptide win big. My name is Andrew Rovish, joined alongside Dylan Loden with our producer Colin Melcher. We say so long. We hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday.